Hey everyone, welcome to Mindset Mondays. I'm super excited to get your week off to a great start. Today I'm just going to jump right into this video. I'm excited to share with you how to move past your fears. That's a big one, right? Because we all have fear. It's totally natural to feel fear. But what are some ways we can move past the fear to feel it less and less in our bodies and our nervous system? So I'm hoping that what I have to say today will be of some service to you. So first of all, I'm just going to jump right into it. You are amazing. You are awesome. You serve a purpose on this earth. And we are all here to shine our light. We all have a purpose. So are you sharing your purpose, your soul's purpose with the world? If you answered yes, amazing. I'm so excited for you. And if you answered no and you're maybe not quite sure what that is, then I encourage you to listen to this and maybe grab some ideas from this that will help you get going with that. So we all have what we live on that hamster wheel at some point in our life, right? We think that we can't get off the hamster wheel because we're afraid. We're afraid of the unknown. We're afraid of being judged. We're afraid of what will we do with our life. And I was on that hamster wheel for a long time. And I'll be honest, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know where I was going to go. And I knew I was in a job where I was making good money. So how could I possibly pay the bills? That was a big fear for me, right? But guys, it wasn't until I started to really own my fear, and I mean own it and sit with it and be present with that fear and acknowledge that fear, that it really started to dissipate and I started to be able to shine my light. So this is the one thing I'm going to talk about, being present for your fear. Oftentimes in life, when we start to feel fear, when we start to feel triggered or any type of pain, we do something to avoid that pain, right? For me, my go-to, I would sit and scroll through my phone. That was my biggest go-to. Like, it's mindless scrolling. I know people grab a glass of wine. I know people go shopping, phone a friend. I know people that will do all kinds of things to avoid their pain. And I was one of those people, and I still am sometimes. But I now can catch myself when I'm doing what I shouldn't be doing, instead of feeling the fear. So what I want you to do is just honor your pain, honor your fear, and just be present with it. My energy healer talks, and this is my favorite mantra, it's okay. Very simple. It's okay to feel the pain, to feel the triggers that are coming up for you, to feel the fear, the anxiety. What if we just told ourselves it was okay? If you had a 5-year-old child come to you and say, I'm feeling a lot of fear, would you hold that child and tell that child it's okay? Or would you turn your back on that child? Of course you would hold that child. So why is it any different for ourselves? Why are we not doing the same to honor ourselves? There's a world out there that talks about be positive. Everybody should be positive and think only positive thoughts. And I understand, first and foremost, that's coming from a really great place. I think that's everybody wants to feel positive. But I think the flip side to that is, if we're not honoring maybe what's not so positive in our lives, which is fear, pain, whatever is showing up for you, anxiety, if we're not honoring all of those things that come with that, then we can't get to the other side of being positive. So this sometimes being positive masks our pain. That's another thing people do, right? They go to all the positive things. It's okay. I'm the Pollyanna. It's okay. I'm fine. Everything's good. Instead of really honoring that fear, and creating a safe space for it to just move up and through you. Because oftentimes what happens when anybody wants to be acknowledged, and your pain and your fear is just no different. It just wants to be acknowledged. It just wants to feel acknowledged and comforted. So when you do that, it just moves through you quicker. And I have experienced this firsthand. I do know that. I learned a huge lesson these last 2 years on surrender and learning how to surrender. And there was a lot of pain I had to sit with. A lot of pain I had to sit with. And it was really uncomfortable and it felt really yucky at times. But I knew that when I sat with that and learned to just create a safe space for that and allow what I was feeling, it actually moved through me quicker than when I was holding it and pushing it down. It's like when you're pushing something down, it just wants to explode. So that's what's happening with our fear. It will explode at some point. So it's better just to feel it. That's one thing I'm going to suggest to you guys, is just sit and be with your fear. The other thing is, when we're talking about pain, these are all internal feelings. And like I said to you just a couple minutes ago, we want to do something external to avoid ourselves from feeling the internal. But in order to change the external, we have to change the internal first. That was a huge mindset shift for me. So I'm encouraging you guys to really look within, reflect, and whatever that looks like for you. For me, I journal and I meditate. Those are two big things where I become aware of certain things in my body and my nervous system, or in my circumstances, so that I can change my external. Sorry, I do want to mention something. So yeah, just let the fear move through you. And the fear that is coming up, okay, this is a big one, is just an old belief pattern. It's just a belief system. That's all it is. And believe it or not, all of our beliefs were formed before the age of 7. So everything we feel now about the world was developed in our unconscious, in our subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it, before the age of 7 years old. Therefore, if you're feeling pain, you're feeling triggered, chances are it's something in you that's an old belief system, that it's an old program, and it's coming up because it wants to be healed. Therefore, it doesn't serve you anymore. So the best thing we can do is honor those fears, honor those, and just allow those belief systems and belief patterns to come up. I will sit in meditation and I will feel something come up for me, and it could be a trigger. And I think to myself, oh, that's just an old belief. That's not who I am. That's not who I truly am at my core. I don't need that anymore. It doesn't serve me. And I can literally just watch it go. It's pretty incredible when you start doing this work to see it. So when you actually move through your fear and live the life that you were meant to live, you allow others room to do the same. When you're feeling happy, it's contagious, right? Others around you start to feel happy. This is very interesting. This is something I listened to the other day from Kyle Cease. Amazing. If you don't know about him, I encourage you to go read him, watch his videos. He's pretty incredible. The only thing that causes fear is you not wanting it to be there. If you love the fear, it can't last, because fear is just your resistance to yourself. Really take that in. That's pretty amazing. That was an aha for me. I really liked that. So be the inspiration for people to strive towards their higher self and change. Be that inspiration for others to do that. When you feel love and you emanate that to others, it's such a beautiful place. You're raising your vibrations, you're raising your consciousness, you're raising the vibrations on this planet. When you feel abundant, when you are abundant, you allow room for others to be abundant as well. It's just a magical place to be in. And here's the one thing, though, I will say over the last couple of years that I've noticed as I've started to shift. People will either fall away from you or they will come closer to you. Those that don't want you to change will make their presence known, that they don't want you to change. They fight that change within you. And it could be family and it could be close friends. But here's something that I've learned. The reason they don't want you to change, you guys, is only because they're afraid of their own programs and their own fear and their own belief systems, because they don't want to work on their stuff. They don't want to reflect. That takes way too much work to reflect. So they don't want you to change because you're keeping them on that same vibrational alignment, you're keeping them in their ego space and they don't want you to change. So just be leery of that. When you do start to change, you will have others around you again, either come into your vibrational alignment or fall away from it. So that's very interesting to watch as well. So another way that I have just moved past my fear, and one of the ways is these videos, I'll tell you that now, because they are, again, scary for me. I have this perfectionist attitude, right? This is an old belief system in me. I will tell you that I've had my whole life, that I need to keep things a certain way and things have to be perfect. I'm learning to do away with that belief because that belief doesn't serve me. So these videos are perfect. When you see me looking down, it's not perfect, you guys. This is not perfect. I'm just sharing my essence with you. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. That's a Mel Robbins thing, okay? If you haven't read her book, I encourage you to read that as well. Just do it. I'm just doing this. I'm trying not to do so much editing on these videos. I'm just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm just going to do it. Breathe and do it. I'm not going to die. You're not going to die from trying something new. Your world will be okay. In fact, you might be a little bit better off when you try something new. Another example I have, my brother-in-law, Todd Blankhorn, and if you go and subscribe to his channel, watch his video, he went out to a comedy club in Toronto and he did stand-up comedy. Are you kidding, you guys? How scary would that be? Really scary. He felt his fear and he just did it anyways because he's feeling like there's a stirring inside of him. There's a passion within him that he wants to live. So kudos to him. Amazing job. Again, go and watch that video. I urge you to subscribe to that channel because it's really amazing. Okay, so that's another way, right? Feel the fear. Just feel it, acknowledge it. It's okay to be present with that fear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just go and jump in and just do it. Now, I have heard other people say, I try something new every single day. I used to be one of those people. I was going to try something new every single day. Okay, great. But I'm going to challenge that a little bit. Because there's a part of our brain called the basal ganglia that is responsible for those habit-forming behaviors. So when you're trying something new once and you're like, whew, I tried that, I'm glad that's over with, I don't have to do that again, chances are you're not rewiring those neural pathways in your brain and changing that habit forming. So it's got to be something that you can do every single day. I think they say 21 days to change a habit. So I encourage you, whatever you're going to do is to make it become more of a habit for you, to the point where you feel uncomfortable, to the point where you feel comfortable, and then you want to try something different again because you want to move past that comfort zone, right? Okay, so this is totally a change in mindset, this one. Stop the story in your head. The biggest story we have is, I can't. I did it with these videos. Oh my God, I can't. I thought of every excuse in the world why I couldn't do these videos. Stop the story in your head. Again, where is that I can't coming from? Maybe sit with that for a bit. It's an old belief. It's an old program because you 100% can. What makes you any different than anybody else on this world? The possibilities are endless for you. So stop that story in your head. Take a really big, deep breath and trust that you are being pushed. You are being challenged to do something different. I like to call it the co-creation with the universe, right? You're being asked to co-create. So just stop that story in your head and believe that you can, okay? Again, allow the fear and surrender the programs. And when the programs come up, don't push it away, you guys. Just be with it and honor it and surrender to it. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a call to action here. So what I want you to do today, if you already know what your life purpose is and you already know what you're meant to do on this purpose, on this earth, amazing, great, good. If you're not sure, I'm encouraging you to start doing some soul searching around that. Again, for me, it was meditation. It was journaling. it was talking to people, but be careful about talking to people because those people might want to keep you down into their space. So be careful about that one. But just think about what would get you so excited. If money were no object and you could do that thing, maybe it's painting, maybe it's, I don't know, writing a blog, maybe it's starting your own company, whatever is your dream, whatever is your destiny, then I'm encouraging you to start every single day and spend half an hour, 1 hour doing what it is that will take you one step closer to your goal. There's a quote that I really like, Martin Luther King Jr. You do not have to see the whole staircase. You just have to see the first step. And if you guys can just take the first step, and if you want to open a business, maybe it's starting to do some research of what businesses are around or whatever that is. I don't know. I did a lot of research on videos and how to create YouTube videos. So maybe it's just, that's your first step. All I'm asking is that you take one step to raise your vibrations, to raise your consciousness, because guys, you deserve to shine your light on this planet. You were meant to be awesome. You are here for a reason. And I really, really want to see you do that. If you like this video, if you like this channel, go ahead, subscribe, like the video. I encourage your comments. And guys, for today and every day, just be unapologetically you.